most stages we come to, we'll just need to keep an eye out for the health upgrades, and usually they're not that hard to find. This level's so freaking short. I can't just progress along saying, oh, it'll probably hop out and be right in our face at some point later in the stage. I guess it's possible that it's in that room that we haven't gone into yet. In which case, this has all been a big waste of time. They put something in here. This is where we started the whole deal. Like, would they put the... Maybe the letter would be hidden in this first room. This blue indicator is trying desperately to get us to go to the next place that the story requires us. There's actually an exclamation mark that represents what we have to interact with. So maybe one of our two remaining things to be found is in the room that we go into to progress the plot. I'm just desperately afraid to get in there until I'm sure. But this can't be very fun to watch, so... Not even saying insightful stuff about the game, like, you know. There's a lot of stuff I kind of want to say about the game now, because I've played through the whole thing off camera. And I tell you what, I was really quite impressed by this game, to tell you the truth. It's a better game than I really had any right to expect, considering that it's a... You know, it's kind of a relaunch of the Wolfenstein franchise, and the Wolfenstein would be like some kind of weird... New York Jewish action game, I guess. I don't know. This is the other side of that place, and no, there's nothing big going on here. Okay, okay. But yeah, it's Wolfenstein, which is famous as this kind of mindless action game that was fun, but map updated. Oh, okay. I think I see something. And as far as stuff like story and character and development and stuff, this game just really came out better than I thought it was going to be. Opens from other side. How? Okay. That is the letter. That is the letter. How do we get over there? It seems like we have to be able to get to that from above. Stabbing at wood usually is enough to break wood when wood needs to be broken. And usually if you can interact with, it's marked red if you can interact with it using a weapon. Something was marked as targetable red. Oh, this is driving me around the bend. This is not the way I was expecting to return to this exciting action game. Don't know what to do. I'm on my own. Seriously, what should I do? There's a question mark of mystery over there. Maybe, maybe it won't be the end of the world if I go into this next room. I think if I hit... There's a button in here that if I hit it, that advances things. Oh, here's hot wiring. It's a mini game that we only do if you rescued Fergus. This is actually slightly more frustrating than the shotgun shells. There's our health boost as a allied soldier. Okay. And a picture of a rabbit. Well, we got our health boost, and that appears to... Whoa, I didn't realize this happened. This makes the health boost more important than I realized. Our maximum health is now 110. Okay, that's a bigger effect than I thought that boost had. I mean, am I just supposed to be able to grab it through there? It's not... Something is red. And it's around here. Am I supposed to grab move a bottle on the shelf and that will cause it to slide? I mean, you know, I don't get what's going on. Nothing is crying out to me as being how to solve this puzzle. This letter better be damn good when we find it, boy, let me tell you. Okay, let's go up the other stairs and get back upstairs and see if we can find a different place from which to fall down. As I profusely apologize to all my fans forever. That's higher up than I think we need to go. Those doors are blocked closed and mark them as no longer part of the world. Trying to get above that kind of general area. Well, this... No. That's no good. I'm pretty stumped here. I am quite stumped. No good can come from messing with that. I mean, we've literally found it. It's just underneath some stairs that we don't seem to be able to do anything about. Alright, you know what? At this point, it's time to clear out of here. Maybe for some ridiculous reason we can't interact with it till after we've pushed ahead the story a little bit. But we're approaching the point where we get stuck outside. There's a point of no return as we actually try to get out of the asylum proper. nothing comes from going up here, right? Yeah. Alright, let's go hit the button and see. Man, I guess I could trim this thing down later, but... Oh, there's some armor. Probably started out as 50, but because of my off-screen adventures, it's already up to 40 for us. Open those main doors. That brings out more troops. We're auto-detected. Damn it. Dual wield just makes it really tough to aim, in my opinion. And I'm like out of frickin' ammo now because I've been wasting a lot. Problem will go away as soon as I get out there because these guys have all dropped a bunch of ammo. But I do prefer to stay back and cover. Works better in some stages than others. Our ammo is no longer perfect. I mean, our armor. Our ammo is probably not perfect either, but it's probably getting pretty close. And this didn't change anything. Still can't get over there. And I can press the button that would normally allow me to pick that thing up. It's not going to allow it. Oh. Oh. I have to shoot it through there. Well, there you go. That maybe shouldn't have taken me as much time and effort as it did, but it did. Did, and thank you. So, this is where Harry Potter lived when he was at this asylum. And here's a letter from Isabella, also known as Harry Potter, to Frau Yvonne Eichelberger, Berlin Institute of Moving Pictures, October 1960. Dear Yvonne. Okay, this is Isabella Borkowski. Dear Yvonne, I will not be so presumptuous as to believe you will remember me. My name is Isabella Borkowski, and we grew up in the same city on the border between Germany and Poland. In those days, you lived with your parents in Frankfurt on Oder, and I lived on the other side of the river in Darmstadt. What stirred me to write you was that I saw your movie The Gifts of Our Fatherland yesterday, and I was overcome by emotion. Do you remember how we used to swim together in the Oder River after school? How you always made me laugh with the characters you played? You were always so theatrical, so playful. I should have known you'd become an actress, I guess. You remember how I moved away from home to study chemistry? Well, after the war, I couldn't get a job at the university because of, all the positions were taken by Germans. My parents had passed away, and it was by pure chance I met a sweet couple by the coast. They told me about their asylum for the mentally ill, and the woman, who is a pharmacist, offered me a job as her assistant. Her name is Rosa Oliva, and she treats me well. She and her husband, Christoph, are remarkable people. I've been very fortunate. How fortunate! This simplifies everything. Nearly 13 years have I worked here now. I've even become very good friends with their daughter, Anya, who also works here as a nurse. Sometimes we go to the movies together. I like her a lot. The Oliva have been forced to work for a German commander called Death's Head. Sometimes his men come and take the patients away. If they come back, they are never the same again. I feel so awful for them. Anyway, if you happen to pass by here, I would be honored to have you as my guest. Maybe I can cook you dinner and we can share a bottle of wine and talk about the old times. glory days, only them pass you by. I live by myself. I never married or had kids. These days, in a small house by the coastline. It's windy but beautiful here. You'll find the address on the back of the envelope. Yours truly, Isabella. Aw, that's nice. She didn't ask for money or anything. As she reaches out to her friend, who is now a German movie star actress. Well, you know, at this point, the video's gone quite long, so I'm thinking I'll probably have to split it after the fact. So I might as well finish up the act and then try to split this whole thing into two relatively evenly spaced videos. Will also mean I'll have to find an amusing, forgot to split the video graphic for the Wolfenstein series. It's always fun to try to find Nazi-themed graphics to put in your videos. Wait, that didn't come out quite right. Sounds like a dog whining. Is there like a one of those German Nazi death robo-dogs around? Don't know. What do I want to have when I step outside? Because it isn't quite over yet, folks. It's not over yet. So they've got Anya. Oh, it's not in German. So. Oh, they're throwing grenades. This I've also got two different fire modes, but... Oh no, I don't! Never mind, it's a different... In this case, it's a different model of shotgun that appears later in the game that can support shrapnel fire instead of just shotgun shells. That's simple enough, right? Oh. But wait, there's more. I hate these guys. Just because they're hard to hit for me. I think the rest of you are just regular old troops. So the flying drone guys, so this is their debut. Oh, I accidentally switched to rocket mode, which I wasn't going to show off because I'm not supposed to have it yet. But you know what? I really hate these guys. They could tempt me. Somebody just like hop up in the air? Maybe I just need to go out there and murder them. Up close and personal. Just die already. Thank you.
Should find Anya and get the hell away from this place. Anya, I'll get you out of here.
That's Anya. I mean, I can go loot for weapons, but one thing I have discovered in this game is that even if, in storyline terms, like obviously there was a gap of years, like 14 years between Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Most story chapters do not have anywhere near that long a gap between them. But even if they follow immediately upon each other, your weapons and armor don't transfer over, which is kind of irritating. And yet I'm still going around collecting all this. I guess I'm just enjoying the fact that I apparently had an unlimited amount. No, this must be for the pistols. You know. Well, whatever. I can't find you, Anya. Anya, where are you, Anya? Anya. Lady, do you know where Anya is? Alright, let's exit the level. Oh man, she was a lot more attractive before. Now this bloody nose, I'm not sure I want to rescue this lady. Got a real Florence Nightingale thing going, but now that I've seen you vulnerable, sorry. And John Cena drives across Poland. Good thing that guy shot at you ineffectively and woke you up, or you might have crashed and hurt yourself. I already like Anya. That is about as badass, tough chick a way to deal with the situation as you can want. She just grabbed the wheel and started driving with it, not even really paying that much attention to the death struggle in the backseat.
Kim jesteś?
Jestem William J. Blazkowicz, Ranger, Army, USA.
Whatever.
Sorry, my Polish isn't very good. Are you
said
fit to drive?
USA.
Where to?
Wherever.
You get me to West Newbury. How would he think that if USA is Polish for USA, why would he change it? It's the same in English. Whatever. She brought home another boyfriend. What is he? Who's in the trunk? Oh my God, that's like the boss, the big boss. Actually, he's got an eye patch. That was the boss of the guys who came to murder the retarded patients.
They grieve for their dead.
Should use that term, but yeah, he deserves more than that, lady.
Man would flood oceans. Would
Well,
drown
he's as melodramatic as John Cena can be.
if I let it out.
Seriously, though.
It's 1960.
What?
1960.
Yes. You've stayed with us for 14 years. It's 1960.
Oh, I didn't stay with the grandparents.
Find a way to contact the U.S. military. I gotta find my unit, let them know I'm alive and ready for duty.
There's no more war.
It's over. No more military.
Well, there's a Nazi
The
military.
war ain't over. Look at all these Nazis walking around.
They won.
It's over. The Nazis rule the world now.
The
They are
Bilderberg
everywhere.
Group. Oh.
Everywhere.
What about the U.S.?
The USA, they,
Fell off the
what's the
plane.
word? Poddacie.
Surrenders.
No, you're thinking of France. What happened to the USA?
Surrender.
Because of Boo.
Majin
Atom
Buu?
bomb.
They surrendered 12 years ago when Nazi atom bombed their country.
Yes.
Well, then I'll find the resistance. I'll find them and I'll help them fight.
Oh, no. More resistance.
We are pro-Nazi.
Everyone is captured. If they leave, the Nazis have them.
If they're dead,
Who
the
can
Nazis
say
don't
where
have them.
they keep them?
Well, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go change. She puts on a country music song so he can go down here and beat up somebody. wants to turn up loud to muffle the sound. That's all I'm
I
saying.
am a trained and experienced field coordinator working on behalf of Generalstraße himself.
Is that so? Anyway, folks, yeah, for me this video went super long, so I have to remember to split it after the fact. But we are now in Chapter 3, A New World, Fergus timeline, where we have discovered that, in fact, Nazis rule the world. So, that's fun. Kind of lost track of what goofy jokes I wanted to make, and I kind of laid back and let the actual story tell itself. But, I mean, personally, I'm just impressed with Anya, because she's this nurse who brought you back to health, and she was gutsy enough to stand up to the Nazis when they came in, but, you know, up until that point, she's like, okay, fine, whatever, you know, she's a good-hearted girl, and whatever. Then, frickin' she wakes up, and the guy who's driving her away from the asylum is about to crash, and they're getting shot at by a Nazi, and the Nazi ends up in the car, and her love interest is fighting with the Nazi in the backseat of the car. No one's driving the car. Does she start going, ah, ah? No, she starts driving the car while keeping one eye back on the back seat to make sure that her boyfriend's winning the fight with the Nazi. So I thought that was pretty badass, actually. But anyway, Blazkowicz has found out that the USA surrendered to the Germans when the Germans nuked America. Which is, you know, in the world of what if the Nazis won World War II fiction, is a fairly plausible scenario. And, yeah. Doesn't seem like it's a particularly good good situation. It's kind of hard to see how Blazkowicz is going to personally defeat the Nazis if they've taken over the world, but it looks like our starting point is with the captured officer that we've got in the basement. And I was saying, oh yeah, that's the boss of the guys who, because he was the one who was coming in and telling Anya's father, oh, you've done fine, no need to be ashamed, but we're shutting down your insane asylum and killing or removing what's left of your, you know, patients. But he's not just the boss of those guys. He's obviously a big boss because he's got an eye patch. So in this evil alternate future past, yeah, presumably Big Boss is, well, he's brought up in Nazi-occupied America and trained to be a soldier to fight whoever. And it's hard to say who his mentor is, though, since the boss clearly got defeated, and the Cobra unit were not able to defeat the Nazis and win World War II. But yeah, this is, I mean, what alternate history? It's just not possible that the boss is not able to defeat the Nazis. I mean, she was the first woman in space. Anyway, getting way off topic here. So, calling this a video. When we come back, yeah, so it took us two videos to go through Chapter 2, assuming I remember to split it. And I have to apologize because most of that time was spent looking around for a letter in which someone says nice, friendly things to her old acquaintance who is a German actress. Hugely important stuff, I know. This chapter that's coming up also has some collectibles, but I already got the letter. So all I'm going to be looking out for are the 2 health upgrades. And honestly, it's a big enough level that potentially if we get all the way to the end without having found the health upgrades, like, I can't just stop and search every inch as we go, because it's a long enough level and you only access bits and pieces of it at a time as you progress. I'm just going to have to assume that the health upgrades are going to be there for you to find when you get to the right place. So hopefully the time will be spent a little bit more efficiently in the next video. I'm the Serious JG. I want to thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Auf Wiedersehen.